Hello, everybody, and welcome to the episode 3 of Entrepreneurship. So, we are not going to be sweet talking. We are not going to be going as per a big academic institution and the beautiful theoretical language one talks to please people. No, we will talk about absolute street experience because that's where we have learnt our tricks from, and we are going to be talking blunt. The first two episodes were about my experience up to 2018 and Shubhankar's experience up to 2018. The third episode, we are going to focus on just about what the company was, where were we exactly, why we were there like that, and thereafter, today where we are. I will share that first, followed by Shubhankar, and keep on interjecting in case I miss out something.
Absolutely.
We were in absolute dire straits in October 2018, where I had already declared that the company is going to be closed. I had undergone a very big personal loss where I had to attend to my wife who was suffering from cancer for about 3 years, and my entire focus was on the treatment, and the company was left to the people with responsibilities. The fact that we had already hit seven bankruptcies, the seventh one being near 2018, and in 6 years, seven bankruptcies. I don't think I need to focus much on what exactly the people were doing in the company. Realization had to come. It came in 2018, where I had no choice but to close the company. And that is the general time that Shubhankar had walked in. He was told very clearly that yes, for 1 year I'll be able to support you, but thereafter, in case the company doesn't, and if we close down, you'll have to go back again to the corporate world. So it was a do or die situation for me and Shubhankar, and we had no choice. There was nothing that we carried over as assets from 2012 to 2018, beyond 2018, on which we could rely. So, I don't want to dwell much on that. But the fact is that in 6 years, we had already faced seven bankruptcies and huge turnover of people, which later brought me only to one conclusion. If you have to be an entrepreneur, you have to be very, very, very clear in your mind as to how do you want to run your company. And unless you have the people who are in sync with your thoughts, might as well close your company today. This is not a business of feeling good, feeling bad, or feeling ugly. This is the business of surviving or not surviving. So, 12 to 18, we did not close. We had massive turnovers and we had no reserve. We always survived on 1 month reserve of salary, or 2 months reserve of salary, and a big sale would come towards the year end, and somehow we would have for another 6 7 months, and again we would again try. But okay, fine, we never closed. But then 6 years of running a company, I'm very sure number of people would have earned in crores, and here we were struggling for each month. Shubhankar, when he walked in and joined, I took him for his merit, for his sincerity, for his hard work, for his desire to learn, and that insatiable desire to learn new things and entrepreneurship. He was ready to go to any length to learn.
Yeah, I think you literally made me go to extremes in the last 3 years to learn.
Physically, mentally, I'm sure most of the people would have left.
Yes.
Most of the people would have left. Understanding the way the corporate functions, no one would have hung around. But then today, when I talk here and I have Shubhankar with me in this video, Shubhankar probably he has undergone 3 years of mental commando course to actually be able to qualify, sit here and talk to you people out of his own experience with bleeding toes that he has learnt, the traveling that he has done, the modes of travel that he has used, the hotels that where he has stayed, and practically a boy who did not know much outside Delhi or maybe Leh where he was with his father, he practically knows the entire country and which he has traveled on his own foot, whether it is train, bus, anything for that matter.
Yeah,
And to
I remember when I started with Sir, for the first, I would say, maybe 8 or 9 months, he just left me in the open. He just told me that your job is sales, marketing, business development. This is how you talk to a client. This is the work that you must be doing. He basically laid out the framework for me. But then after that, he just left me unsupervised, which is something that I still till date can't understand why he would do that. It just brought me closer to a mental breakdown around 8 months later when I finally said that this isn't working out. I need you to teach me step by step how things go. And around that time when we started, it was quite fun initially because I had not traveled much except for, like, my father also is a retired army officer. So we've obviously seen India and we've traveled around India and lived around in different stations. But I wasn't used to very simple things, just like even train travel. I had not traveled in a train for maybe around 10 years or so. I was used to taking a flight and going wherever. So the first thing that had to get accustomed to was going on IRCTC and booking a train for myself or booking a bus for myself, traveling by local buses, traveling by local modes of communication, going to really rural parts of India that in the normal scenario, most people from urban areas, from most people from the cities, would not have the chance to go there. So just I would say that around 8 to 9 months of really harsh exposure to the world and how salesmen and marketing guys travel was what he wanted to do to me, and just he just really wanted me to rough it out, I believe. But that the effect of that was that I was near a breakdown in, I think it was July 2019.
see, the problem actually, all of you will understand what I'm saying. The problem today is that anyone who comes for a job, he wants to give you a feeling that he knows everything. And you, as an experienced person, you feel silly when you tell him that he doesn't know. No one is ready to accept. That's a problem. So, guy from MBA background or BTech background, any background for that matter, when he walks in as if he's doing a big favor to you. So, when I spoke about sales, marketing, and business development and gave him a lot of responsibilities, I told him you have a free run. No questions will be asked, no restriction on expenditure. Where you stay, I don't care. How you travel, I don't care. This is your market, this is your client, these are the products, go and sell. So 8 9 months, and I would take very regular reviews from him. I would carry out my reviews, and I would never comment. If he asked, I would answer. Otherwise, I did not.
Yeah.
The amount of independence I gave him, independence of movement, independence of decision making, independence of pricing, negotiating, it was something that in his dreams he never thought that he will get. And by July, his the pipeline was 1.5 crores and 2 crores and 2.5 crores and 1.3 crores. And finally, in July, he did not have even 10,000 rupees sales. And that's the time he broke down. He gave up. And despite facing a eighth bankruptcy situation, I was taking this risk because I had full trust in him that this guy will come up. I know he will learn. And in July, then I took over the entire sales, marketing, and BD, and then I started guiding him. He started seeing it himself.
But I really have to say, I think you were a little bit crazy to do that. Given the situation the company was in at that point, and how we were uh, on the verge of a bankruptcy again, that you decided not to supervise me and let me just run wild.
No,
And
but it's all about taking risks. That's what I've done entire life.
yeah,
And when I am betting on someone and I'm betting on someone's knowledge, then I know precisely what I'm doing. I knew that, yeah, we are likely to go bankrupt in case you know, but then I had my reserve. I knew I had my deep knowledge about the market, timings. I knew everything and I knew that I can retrieve. And that's why I let him go. My point was very simple. Unless he fails after he has taken all decisions himself, I did not want him to have a reason in his hand to say that it is because of this that I failed. There was no alibi. And that's probably the best way to learn. I could not have taught him swimming. So I did the next best thing. I threw him in the water. And the best part was he took it. It was probably one of the toughest periods that Shubhankar has lived in his life. So from there we started. And 2018 to 19 was absolutely blank for the company. The sales came in. We were just two of us who were working. We got our sales. We survived. 2020 started, and COVID hit us. While the entire world was sitting on their haunches thinking that they've closed down, we did not have spare time. We utilized the time to completely convert ourselves from marketing from direct to client to completely going digital. We completely converted into remote. We completely converted ourselves into IT. And from remote localities, we started working. We still had our demonstrations. We never could rest during the COVID period.
yeah. In fact, the a lot of work also went into just converting the company's internal processes to a digital format, whereas everyone was used to meeting in one office, working together, and all of the functions would work like that. Uh, Converting everything into an online format, making the correct databases for everyone to communicate with each other, creating the correct processes. It was a lot of work that we did in, I would say, the during the lockdown we started, and once the things started opening up last year around July and August was when we started implementing these things, and that's what we've been following for the last almost
So
year and a
we have
half.
our store, we have our warehouse, we have
Yeah.
our assembly lines, we are our workshops, we have our sales counter, and we have our sales. And you come and ask us where they are, and we have got nothing to show. But we have got everything digitally, and everyone is so beautifully tuned now. And I must say, yeah, we would discuss a lot of ideas. uh, I was the one who was pushing everyone. Shubhankar is the one who converted everything by meticulously following everything. And whatever our mental blocks were, we removed everything. So between us, we were not only able to convert a company which gathered at one place in a conventional manner, we completely converted ourselves to digital.
Yeah.
We required lesser manpower. We started using more man hours
Yeah.
for working. The people started actually responding quite a lot. And then we also started then compensating them
Yeah.
heavily. They started realizing that doing this way they get compensated much higher.
Yeah.
So this is how actually we both transformed the company completely. I was i am seeing this company from 2012, my own company. And from the dip that we find, I think we couldn't have gone lower than we went in 2018. And from then onwards, not only it is all the way up, whether it is processes, whether it is anything else, we are absolutely ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
And it's all, like I said, it's all the game of your mind. If this is under your control, any big an organization can be under control. You will never lose the sight. Shubhankar, anything?
Yeah, in terms of I just want to summarize and just say that in terms of the turnaround that I have personally seen from coming to the company when it was near a bankruptcy and we were told that things might close down a year from now, till now where we have come to a place where we are secure about the company, about our futures, where we know that the company isn't going anywhere. The employees are taken care of very, very nicely. We have done extremely well despite last year and a half being a pandemic year, completely unprecedented situation that we were all of us were in. We have probably had our best year in terms of revenue in a long, long while. And so to think that all of this could be done at that point in 2018 was, I would say, it was just a very crazy bet on your part, but it paid off.
Yeah, we did it. This is how actually our journey from 2018 to 2021 was.
Yeah.
The thing is that we haven't plateaued. No, we are only going ahead. The second lockdown which came, that's the time we took a decision to launch a completely virtual company. And we are working on it. And very shortly, I think in another 6 months' time, it will take shape. This will be one of those companies which one only hears and there is absolutely nothing to see. And this all will be within the legal framework. It will be part of our company itself. But this is entirely a different project that we are doing. So that's how we close the episode number 3 here, right? From now on, we get down to the brass tacks. Next episode, that is episode number 4, we start with what I have always insisted. It's all here. I'll tell you what thinking means, how that got implemented in the company. What is macro thinking? What is micro thinking? What is sequential thinking? What is simultaneous thinking? How all these 4 interact with each other, and how all these 4 actually help us understanding what we are doing. So, whether it is your personal finances or personal work to running a big company. Thank you and look forward to your joining us again for the next episode.
Bye
Thank you so
bye.
much.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.